Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 21 of my Fire in the Lake playthrough, with me playing as the US and the other three factions being played by the Tru'ng expansion bots. In the last episode, we saw the myself and the Armin troops actually invade southern Laos, and the Armin player card, which flipped all the guerrillas. It was a reconnaissance card, and there was a base loss. Okay. What would be interesting now is to see how the insurgencies counteract what we've just done. Okay. So we're moving over now to this card here, card 77. And let's see if that is critical for anybody. Card 77. Okay. It's performed for the Americans, the NVA, and the VC. So it's not a critical for anybody. Okay. So first off, let's bring this up. First up on this card is the NBA. So any eligible NPA faction can play its pivotal and current event is not critical. So we know that as 1d6, less than the Armin box. The VC have got too many guerrillas still in the available forces, so their pivotal event is not eligible. But the NBA's is. They've still got more troops than me on the map. So, but it's only on a 1 on the red dice. No. So we now go down and here. So current event is critical and effective. Well, we know it's not. We've all checked. Next eligible could choose critical event. Well, the next eligible is the VC. And again, we know it's not a critical event for them. First choice on upcoming critical event. Then the NBA are not first choice on this card. So otherwise, OP plus SA. So they're choosing the OP plus SA option. So let's move that down there. Okay. This is where we get to draw a card for them to see what they're going to do. Right. First card that comes up is NVAQ. So let me just bring that up. Okay. Let's do a little bit of zoomage. Okay, and it's NVAQ, so this one. So 2d6 available guerrillas. There are 9 available guerrillas. So let's roll the 2d6. There's 8. So is 8 equal to less than the available guerrillas? The answer is yes, because there are 9 available. 6 NBA troops in any space with coin troops or a coin base. The answer is no. So I took them all out, didn't I? So if I had invaded down here, which was an option, that would now be a tick and there'd be an attack coming in. But it's not. So we're now looking at this option here, which is a flip of the card. So we're looking at NVAQ, reverse side. That, zoom back in. So it's NVAQQ. So they're rallying. So play spaces where 3 plus VC guerrillas. Well, they can't place any base here. There's maximum 2 places per province. Anywhere else where there's 3 plus VC guerrillas, there isn't. So they're not going to be placing any bases. Okay. Select spaces using place guerrillas. and then improve the trail for free. Okay. All right. So let's look at the place gorillas on this chart. Zoom in. Okay. Maybe a little bit more zoomage. All right. Okay. So we're looking at placing gorillas. Vulnerable NVA base is the first option. Vulnerable NVA base. Well, at present moment, and remembering it's all on wordage in these games, what is the definition of a vulnerable NVA base? Is in spaces without underground gorillas. At the present moment, well, there are, that's vulnerable because there's no underground gorillas. That's vulnerable, again, for the same reason. That's vulnerable. And even down here is vulnerable because there are no underground gorillas protecting those bases. Okay, so that's those 4 spaces marked. Most NVA bases, well, there's 2 in that province, 2 in the 2, so it's not going to be this one, so I'm going to delete that now. So it's one of those 3 provinces where they're going to place gorillas. Laos, Cambodia with coin control. That's interesting. That overrules that. But at the present moment, there is a base where I have coin control. But vulnerable area, yeah, but it's those 3. So that one, if any of those 3 had that situation, that would apply. But it doesn't. Arvin is a player. Arvin is not a player. None of these places have got population. BC is not a player. City or province with the fewest non-NVA pieces. None of those other 3 spaces have NVA pieces. Highest adjacent population. This area has got 6 adjacent population, 2 from here, 2 from here, 2 from here. And this one here has got 1, 2, 3. That's it. And this has only got 2. So they're going to rally here. Okay, if that's what they want to do. So when it comes to rally activity by the rules, get the actual player chart up. Rally. I'll get it up. I'll just take it straight from here. Place 1 NVA gorilla or replace 2 with a base. No. If base, place NVA gorillas up to trail value plus NVA bases. Okay. So the trail value currently is 3. So they get to place 5 new gorillas down there. So let's just take 4 multiples. 5. And here they come. Okay. We're running out of space in the parrot's beak. Right, so there's 5 new gorillas down there. All right, and so the next thing. So we've had a phone call, and now we've had Alexa wanting to join in the conversation here. Do apologise for that. So let's focus again. Right, so we have to now check the card. All right, it's a 2, so 3, 4, 5, or 6. They'll keep on placing. 2, they didn't. So select bases where we've done that. Using place gorillas, improve the trail for free. Okay. So the trail now goes to 4. Okay. And next up then is their special activity. Right. Okay, so we've got 3d6 available NV troops. So they've got 6 troops. Let's see what they roll. 2, 4, 8. So 8 is greater than that, so they do not infiltrate. Okay, so if they, sorry, 8 is greater than the amount of troops. So 3d6 available NVA troops. Rolled an 8. 8 is not equal to or less than available troops. Yeah, so sometimes, yeah, got to check the word. Everything is wording in this. So yeah, so they don't do an infiltrate. They do bombard using the remove rules. Okay, so bringing this back up. Remove or replace. Laos, Cambodia with coin control. So they want to bombard this area. Now, the actual rules on bombard here. Reduce adjacent enemy forces, accompanying up any location, 1 or 2 spaces, each with at least 3 US or ARVN troops, or a US and ARVN base, with or adjacent to a space with at least 3 NVA troops. Well, that does definitely apply because there are more than 3 troops here, more than 3 troops here. So that's where the bombard is. That's 1 or 2 spaces, so we know it's definitely going to be that one. Anywhere else applies. Here and here, there's 3 ARVN, there's 3 troops there. It looks like the only other place that would apply. Again, coin control. No, the coin control was in Laos and Cambodia, wasn't it? Okay, let's just go back over there. Laos, Cambodia with coin control. Okay, so we'll satisfy that. City or province in South Vietnam without NBA control. Well, yeah, a lot of those. ARVN is not a player. Most pop. Okay, and the only one with it. Oh, there's 3 troops there as well. So it could be, that's 2 pop, that's 2 pop. Okay. Fewest non-NVA pieces. That's the one with the fewest non-NVA pieces. So that will be the second target. The bombardment. Okay. So when it actually comes to what troops to remove, doesn't annoy me that I have to actually bring that back up and go here. I'm looking here, pieces priority. We're not looking at bases, we're looking at cubes. They will take out US first before ARVN. Obviously, they're not going to take their own out, so it's US and ARVN. So, and in each bombard space, go back here, 1 or 2 spaces, each with at least 3 US and or ARVN troops. Procedure: remove 1 US or ARVN troop cube from each selected space, US to casualties. So 1 comes from here, US casualties, and 1 comes from here, US casualties. How rude. So that's their special activity. They didn't have enough money to raise that many guerrillas. They decided to raise them down here. Though more logical choice might be here or even here. Looks like they're at the present moment whitewashing this place. But then again, I've got to get out, because if I don't get out by the time the coup comes, I could lose these 3 US troops. These guys will be repatriated. And you know, I'll put down here, but my guys will go to out of play. So I've definitely got to get out of there. All right, so that concludes the NBA. So end faction play for them. Next up on this card is the VC. Okay, so what are they going to do? So active faction will be first eligible on upcoming critical event. They aren't going to be the first faction on this card, so no. Oops. First eligible chose Open SA, which they did. An event is performed or critical and effective. Okay, so let's have a look at this card. It's card 77. 77 is performed. So is it going to be effective? So NBA add 9 resources or free infiltrate. Then VC free rally in up to 6 spaces. They can't get resources or free infiltrate. I wonder if there's a breakdown of what this card does. 77. There isn't. There's no special breakdown. Now, so we know it's a performed card, but is it effective? So it gives them a free rally in up to 6 spaces. Sorry, bring that up. Adds or increases enemy pieces to out of play. No, flips VC grills underground. A rally will do that. I'll kill most of those. Shift towards opposition. VC pieces or VC tunnel to the map. Well, free rally in up to 6 spaces. I'll probably enjoy that, yes. I can see that. So I'm not sure about that first line though. NBA add 6 resources or free infiltrate. Well, they can't do the resources because they're not tracking resources. So they would do the free infiltrate. They'll do a free infiltrate. Okay. So the VC are helping their own buddies out. They're playing the event. And free infiltrate. So what happens in infiltrate? All right. In what location? 1 or 2 spaces with NBA base or NBA is greater than VC. Yeah. If base, place NBA troops up to trail plus bases. And if desired, replace NBA guerrillas with troops. Okay. So it's 1 or 2 spaces. And they get to place troops. They've got 6 troops. Place NBA troops up to trail. Well, the trails are 4 plus bases, so they could potentially place 5 pieces here. Bases plus that, and replace in. So let's see which spaces they infiltrate. Again, we're looking at this chart. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. Okay, place bases or tunnels. Place NVA troops. Okay. So city or province of most NBA guerrillas. All right, so city or province with the most NVA guerrillas. Well, that's again down south, isn't it? Because they've got loads of guerrillas. So this is where they're definitely building up. They're ignoring, the trail must be off here then. They're pretty much ignoring that. So there are 2 bases. Trail support, so they get 6. Well, that's all 6 troops. Yeah. All 6 of them. Blimey. 1-trick pony. That is the infiltrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, going back on the card. Then VC rally in up to 6 spaces. All right. In up to 6. So let's say it's a free rally. So I think they will still be restricted by the card. Which, what card number would you use? I'll have to check that. Read every word, Mr. Sibley. The card actually does say free rally. Then VC free rally in up to 6 spaces. So we don't have to look for an activation up. They will do it in up to 6 spaces. So we now need to look at their rally options, which as we know is placing guerrillas. Placing guerrillas. They don't have any, well, do they have options to place bases? Not really, no. So it's placing guerrillas. Is there a vulnerable VC base? No. They've all got inactive, inactive guerrillas there. So no vulnerable base. Place with the most pop. Okay. So I'm going to put these here. There's 2 pop there. Because a rally can only be performed where they actually have, well, a place with no support. So it can't be any of these other ones here. So there. Most pop here. So we're looking at all these 2s which have some form of opposition, or that's pretty much, that's only a 1 at the present moment. So that's all the 2s that have opposition marked. So next up, placing guerrillas, most VC bases. So they want to place it where most VC bases. There's 2 bases here, only 1 in each of those. So that will be the first of the 6. Okay. So I'm going to put that to show that it's done. And when it comes to rally, you put equal to bases and pop, so you get another 4 guerrillas there. Wow. I'll do something about that one. It's a little hotbed. So that's the first space. So most VC bases after that, 2. These are only 1 pops. So they want to place it in other 2 population spaces. So they would place, that's the 2nd area. That's the 3rd area. That's the 4th. And that's there, there, and there. That's all those 2 provinces. And the guerrilla in here. That's another 2 provinces. That's the 5th space. They have 1 more. Okay, is that all the 2 spaces where they could theoretically place? So again, nothing here. So I want to make sure I haven't missed anywhere. Okay, that's a 1 space. That's a 1 space. They're placed in there. They're placed in there. They're placed in there. Hoi is under my passive control, so they can't place there. Okay, so that's all of them. So then it goes back to these ones here, the 1 population spaces with bases. So one of these 2 will become the 6th space. Okay. There's nowhere else. Yeah, there's no other bases. So using placing guerrillas, most pop we looked at, most bases, they've got 1 bases. Army's not used to play it. They're not supported, they can't rally in a place with support. NBA is no. 1 or 2 guerrillas and room for a base. There is room for a base there. Could be either one of those 2 still. Set your province with the fewest non-VC pieces. There's 3 non-VC pieces in there, and there's 5 non-VC pieces there. So it will be here that they rally, and they got base plus population is 2. So we'll place 2 guerrillas in here. Okay. And that's the 6 places they get.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa is on full form tonight.
Sorry, I don't know that.
You see what I mean? Keep every time. Right, okay. So that is the 6 spaces that they had when BC pre-rally in up 6 spaces done. We had the free infiltrate done. So they had no more troops to infiltrate with. That is the end of that card play. So end faction play, end card play, draw card. Still no coup. Okay, well, I'm going to call that an end of this video. So if you've enjoyed what you've been watching, please click the like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Again, any comments, much appreciated. Till next time, bye.